Hi everyone! Welcome to our 2021 opening ceremonies, proudly presented by Rogers Communications. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Margaret Chapman. I'm the COO and partner at Narrative Research, and I'm volunteering as the Executive Cabinet Chair for the Ride for Cancer. This year marks my 6th ride, and I'm going to be riding 100 kilometers on a tandem bike with my friend Jennifer. So if you see me on ride day, say hello.
And I'm Scott McIntyre. I'm the Vice President of Sales with Office Interiors, and I'm past volunteer chair and executive cabinet member along with Margaret. And I'm proud to say that this will be my 7th year riding in this incredible event.
Thank you for joining us this evening. Stick with us for some exciting announcements and a very special guest appearance a little later on in our program. But first, I'd like to introduce Fiona Kirkpatrick-Parsons with Deloitte Indigenous and my fellow executive cabinet member, who will be acknowledging our Mi'kmaq territory.
Gwe, Danse, hello, I'm Fiona and my spirit name is Standing Elk of the Eagle Clan. I'm a woodland Cree woman, Nehithau Isquio, and I'm so glad to be with you all today here in Shabukduk. As we've seen this year, many Canadians are, at last, awakening to the truth of our shared history and are now walking the path of reconciliation. As the granddaughter of a residential school survivor, the daughter of a day school survivor, and with lived experience at 2 day schools myself, I can tell you this gives me hope for a better tomorrow. Acknowledging and honoring the traditional territory of the original occupants of a place is a necessary, respectful, and important first step along that path of reconciliation. And in that spirit, I would like to acknowledge that we are in Mi'kmaq, the traditional and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq. And we are reminded that we are all treaty people. Walalio, Gananaskomitan, and thank you.
Thank you, Fiona. We're now going to hear from our host organization, the QE2 Foundation.
Hello to all our amazing riders, volunteers, and sponsors. I'm Susan Mullen, President and CEO of the QE2 Foundation. Once again, your efforts have proven that our ride community is truly unstoppable. As we kick off another record-breaking event day, know that the impact you're having on cancer care is felt far and wide at the QE2 Health Sciences Centre and across the region. Money raised this year is fully funding the purchase of new state-of-the-art genetic sequencing technology at the QE2. Better outcomes, fewer side effects, access to a new therapy or clinical trial are all benefits this technology brings to cancer patients here at home. The impact of this technology is truly life-saving. This is why you're riding. Over the last 6 years, Ride for Cancer, powered by BMO Bank of Montreal, has raised more than $4 million net. All thanks to our riders, generous donors, our volunteer crew, and our valued sponsors. Hang tight to hear our total funds raised for 2021 in just a few minutes. But now a word from Justin Scully on behalf of our presenting sponsor, BMO Bank of Montreal.
Thank you, Susan. Hello everyone. At BMO, every one of us has been proud to champion Ride for Cancer for the past 7 years. That's why I am thrilled to announce that starting in 2022, BMO will be coming on board as the official Ride for Cancer title sponsor. Introducing BMO Ride for Cancer. If you make the commitment to join us again in 2022, you will receive this commemorative BMO Ride for Cancer t-shirt. All you have to do is commit to register for 2022 at our BMO tent on site, and you'll be all geared up for our first BMO ride. On behalf of BMO Bank of Montreal, thank you for being part of our record-breaking success in 2021, and we'll see you all at the finish line.
Thank you, Justin and BMO, for believing in our vision, for continuing to take this unforgettable journey with us, and for investing in local cancer care for all Atlantic Canadians.
Now I'd like to acknowledge some outstanding individuals who have taken their fundraising to new heights in 2021. Leading the way as our top fundraiser right now is Dr. Howard Conter. Top fundraisers who are not far behind in the leaderboard are Donnie Clow, Alan Ferguson, Gavin Giles, Ian Smith.
Wow, that's outstanding. Our top team, once again, is Evolve Fitness, led by owners Matt and Mitch Benvey. For the 2nd year in a row, Evolve Fitness is our largest team in event history with over 280 riders and have currently raised over $300,000 and counting.
Absolutely incredible. Way to go, Evolve, for leading the pack. We'd also like to acknowledge our top 5 fundraising teams who have been battling it out on the leaderboard for the last couple of weeks. Team Robotics, Team The Yellow Jerseys, Team Fast and Fearless, Team Love the Way You Ride.
And a huge thank you to all our riders. Whether you're part of a team or riding solo, you've pushed yourself on behalf of every patient and family facing the fight against cancer, ensuring they have the best treatment options available right here at home. It's a cause that's deeply personal to so many of us, myself included. I'd like to introduce you to Sharon Edem. Sharon is a ride ambassador, rider, and cancer survivor, and we are honored to have her share her story with us.
My name is Sharon Edem. I was diagnosed at 42 years old with lung neuroendocrine cancer. So neuroendocrine cancer has been misdiagnosed, typically for most patients, 5 to 7 years. For probably close to 10 years, I was seeing various doctors for rashes on my body, stomach issues, diarrhea. I was given asthma medication. I had heart palpitations. I was also told by doctors that I was just stressed out and working too much, but really it was my lung tumor. I ended up having pneumonia, and I went to the hospital because I couldn't breathe, and that started a series of tests over 6 months where I finally had my tumor found. I had major lung surgery through my back to remove my lung. I was fortunate that my surgeon was able to do a procedure called a sleeve resection and save my upper left lobe of my lung. Within 12 hours from surgery, they had me up and walking in my hospital room, and then I was walking the halls before they released me to go home. Then I went home, and it was walking to the end of the driveway or walking a few houses down the street until I got to a point where I decided I'd do a half marathon. And so I've done 5 in the last 6 years. I've committed to challenging myself every year since being diagnosed, and this year I decided I would do the Ride for Cancer. I'm excited to see other survivors. I'm excited to ride with friends and do something to give back to other patients. Last week was my 6-year cancer anniversary, and that day I had the scan in Halifax at the QE2. After my scan, I received a call from my oncologist. Sorry. I am cancer-free. Big celebration, big relief. When I cross the finish line, it's gonna be probably a real icing on the cake for a long year. But I'll also be celebrating that I'm turning 49 that weekend, and I'm cancer-free and crushing it.
Thank you for sharing your journey with us, Sharon. You're truly an inspiration. Speaking of inspiration, we now have some very special guests whose generosity resulted in the biggest ride match days in event history. Generous donors and community leaders Jim and Elaine McGivern and Sherry Porter and Doug Hall were the donors behind this year's match days.
Each couple donated an incredible $100,000 that then inspired our ride community to step up like never before. In fact, on our 2 ride match days in June and September, we processed more than 5,000 donations, a new record. Here are our donors, Jim, Elaine, Sherry, and Doug, to present the total collective impact of our ride match days.
When the 4 of us were made aware of the genetic sequencing technology that would be purchased from the proceeds of this year's Ride for Cancer, we jumped at the opportunity to provide a matching gift. Your response and that of your supporters has been nothing less than outstanding. On our 2 match days, together, we made a collective impact of more than
$712,000!
All that's left is the ride. Enjoy the day and stay safe.
It is absolutely incredible. Our sincerest thank you once again to our generous donors, Jim, Elaine, Doug, and Sherry, for your vision and incredible commitment to transforming local cancer care at the QE2. We also want to recognize the commitment of all our extraordinary sponsors and partners who helped make this year's ride one for the record books. We couldn't do it without you.
Hey Margaret, did you know that we have 68 youth riders riding with us tomorrow? In fact, one of our youth riders, Logan McLean, has raised over $2,200 and is our top youth fundraiser in 2021. Logan is riding in memory of his little buddy Max, who passed away from cancer this year. Thanks for your hard work, Logan, and to all our youth riders for inspiring us all. Now I'm proud to introduce Sherry Penner, Managing Partner for Atlantic Region with Deloitte. Sherry is joining us today to announce this year's 2021 fundraising total.
Thank you very much, Scott. Our Deloitte team is excited to ride alongside you tomorrow. And of course, we're very proud to be a sponsor and partner of this incredible event. So to everyone watching right now, thank you. Thank you for stepping up and supporting the 1 in 2 Atlantic Canadians who will face a cancer diagnosis in their lifetime. Tomorrow, you ride for them. So now, without any further ado, we are thrilled to announce this year's fundraising total of
I am speechless. This total and the funds that will continue to pour in over the coming days means that our ride community will fully fund the purchase of life-saving genetic sequencing technology. Thank you, riders, and to all of those in your networks who've supported you in your ride journey. Your passion and dedication to transform local cancer care is so inspiring, and we cannot thank you enough. Now, Scott, do we have any last-minute tips for our riders in their epic ride tomorrow?
We sure do, Margaret. Please remember our event grounds are located at Hobson Lake Drive, Bears Lake. The entrance gate to our event grounds is on the corner of Hobson Lake Drive and Susie Lake Crescent. There are over 1,300 riders facing the fight tomorrow, so we're encouraging everyone to arrange for drop-off and pickup at our designated zone on Susie Lake Crescent. If this isn't possible, we recommend you carpool with other riders and park in one of our designated parking lots in Bears Lake. You'll start and finish on Hobson Lake Drive. Don't forget your bike. Please remember your group number, check-in, and start time. Riders will not gain access to our event grounds until their designated check-in time. Unfortunately, we're not able to reintroduce spectators to this year's event as anticipated. This means spectators will not be allowed on the event grounds at the start and finish line. This is to manage the number of people on site at one time and to adhere to the provincial government gathering limitations. Please remember to physically distance throughout the day. The safety of our riders and the community is our top priority. I'm happy to tell you that we will be reintroducing our finish line experience. After you cross the finish line, you can join your fellow riders for food, entertainment, and toast your incredible accomplishments in our Finish Festival brought to you by Murphy Hospitality Group.
Thank you, Scott. I'm so looking forward to celebrating with everyone at our Finish Festival this year. Thank you for sharing the mic with me, and a huge thanks for our opening ceremony sponsor, Rogers Communications, for helping us to deliver all of these special messages to our ride community this evening. And of course, to our ride community. You stepped up once again and made Ride 2021 one for the history books. You're making waves and changing lives. And now, we are leaving you with one last message of inspiration brought to you by a very special guest.
'Twas the night before ride, and at the start line, the event grounds were ready for a roaring good time. Riders thrilled to be reunited with teammates and friends, and the chance to ride safely in person again. Helmets were left by their front doors with care, as a gentle reminder to not leave them there. And proper footwear too, so your feet don't slide. Save the Costco sandals until after you ride. Whether on the trail or the road, you can't travel in packs. Bike in single file only, so be sure to roar back. Our volunteers are ready to cheer folks on your way and make your finish line experience the highlight of your day. But if you wake up sick in the morning, remember this poem. For the safety of others, please stay the blazes home. Because tomorrow you'll gather a safe distance apart. You'll celebrate together, one ride, one heart. And as you reflect on the strange years we've had, now is your moment to be proud and glad. You're riding for parents and spouses and mothers. You'll be riding for friends, uncles, and brothers. But it's not just about the bike challenge you're taking. It's the cancer care that you're funding and the impact you're making. Signing off now, wishing you sweet dreams and good night. It's time to rest up. Tomorrow you face the fight.